Hello, hello. Welcome back. Today is the day. I'm still setting up real quick. Is it not showing up on your end? Because for some reason I still see it. The little crown thing, but like, I don't know, it won't go away. Why won't it go away? I don't want it. I was like half tempted to put that Mario music as the background noise for today, but it makes my head empty, so I'm like, no, let's not. Let's not put Mario Creative Exercise on in the background while we make a character. I'm gonna wait just a little bit till some people get in. So let's just yap for a little bit. We be yapping for a little bit. Because I totally did not make a thumbnail at the last minute. And now I have to do a bunch of other things. We gotta brainstorm. I'm talking to someone on Discord and watching this. Oh, what fun. I'm not very prepared for this either. Which, you know, I should be. I'm the one who kind of is doing this. But like, I'm not that great at planning. But we have a few characters to kind of mix and match, honestly. I don't want to do a straightforward approach. I kind of want to take the more challenging route. We're doing a mix match. like a confusing situation, like Ortho, Ida, and Jack, where it feels like they have like multiple characters going on at once. Because, you know, I've already done a straightforward one. And that's my boy, my snake. My snaky boy. Also, I kind of want to avoid accidentally making a character similar to some that I've seen before for Treasure Planet, because people do make some for Treasure Planet. I just have images of characters on the other screen for some inspiration. So we have a fun approach going on here with this one. And I like how I just put Treasure Planet characters and I still get Atlantis up in here. Those two movies are so good, man. Oh, yeah. This is my old version of an outfit that I had. Prototype outfit. I'm using it because I want to match my thumbnail. Also kind of fits with the vibes of like Treasure Planet or whatever, you know. But I kind of just want to keep it shut. The mouth rigging on this one is kind of funky. That's why I made another version. Yeah, we have a blank canvas. So I'm just gonna start with just a shape. I don't like my line stick when I'm starting to sketch. I just have a generic kind of base to build upon. No hair, no nothing. Just basic shape of a person. The fun part will be deciding what characters to use. We have a person shape to work with right now. We don't need nothing fancy. Nothing fancy yet. Yet. The question is, how do we approach this? Do we want something fancy and sci-fi going on? Because I'm kind of thinking about Ben. And honestly, I don't think anybody's tried to do one for Ben. Yep, our guidelines is just basic human shape right now. Ben is a funny character in Treasure Planet Bells. I don't know why. I like the silly robot. kind of want to do something with that. I don't necessarily want to make a twist version of Jim because I feel like part of Jim's character is kind of a part of Deuce. Like, it's not a major part of Deuce, but I feel like the important parts are there. The only difference is Deuce isn't very bright. Whereas Jimmy has more brains than Deuce. Not just with the mechanical stuff, because that Deuce also is good with the mechanics and stuff like that. He's just not very book smart. I don't even know if I want to make it a human unit. Yeah, basic human shape. We'll figure out what we want later. And you see a picture of the robot. Because I feel like we have something there. We can make Ben work. I'm just yoink pictures. This is kind of my thought process live too. Just, Too short, boys, on your hat. Yes, indeed. The smallest of beans. And now we have our character inspo, and it's the robot. Like, I don't know exactly what approach I want to do with this. Like, do we want to go full robot, or do we want to do, like, person? Because I'm now committed to Ben. I feel like we could have fun with this. And I feel like it's like, it's kind of easy to put almost any character from Treasure Planet into Ignihide, so that's what we're also gonna do. Because, Ben's a little goofy. Especially for, like, half of the screen time he's on screen. He's, like, just not all there. Which I feel like if he was more put together when you first meet him, I could have probably slid him into a different dorm. Ooh, we going all robot instead? Maybe. I do know I want to give him a funky look. We're doing a little bit of a mechanic goggle thing situation up here for now. This is draft 1. Because I like the idea of some, well, eyes or glasses that can shift colors. Blue means he's focused. Green means nothing. Green means there's nothing going on in that head. And I need to make sure I'm drawing on the correct layer right now. Because, oopsies, I wasn't. I have nothing going on in my head right now. Or... Do we want want to give him a robot too. I'm looking at more character stuff off screen. So if I go silent for a bit, that's because I'm looking at more things off to the side. I sadly have to go because I can't talk and watch at the same time. That's good. I'll be brainstorming. Have fun. Hello, Adriana. Welcome. You're just in time. I'm committed to making a character based off of the dumb robot. Welcome. Yes, we have Appel and Ortho here today. In one of my old outfits that I don't use that much anymore. I just wanted to match the thumbnail today. Woo. So yes, we're currently brainstorming character design ideas because I'm going to make the robot the anime boy. But I'm thinking because like I don't want to make just a straight up robot. I feel like that's more of like Ortho's territory of just being full on robot with sentience. Kind of like the idea more that this character has like a little, like he's working on his own robot thing and it's just not good. Like he's tried his best, it's just not working right. It's still in the prototype phase. And if I go quiet, I'm just looking at more stuff off to the side. Because I'm thinking. And for some reason, I'm now committed to the robot. He's dumb and a little annoying, but he's on screen enough that it's like, you know. OMG, I was thinking of making a TWST OC based off him. What's his name? Ben? Yes, his name is Ben. It had something to do with being a navigational device. I forgot what it stood for. I just know that it was shortened to Ben. I feel like he has the perfect vibes. Also, Cruel, judging you. Yeah, he's always there judging. Sometimes I think about switching him out, but I feel like the color palette just works better. I don't know. He's fine where he is. Now to work on actually making a little bit of a character. It's probably going to go through a few iterations. I made a Wally and Eve OC because it's my grandma's favorite movie. Aww, it's so cute. He's so cute. There's no thoughts behind these eyes right now. We just have a little bit of a base going on, you know? This is just concept. I do want like a messy mad scientist looking haircut, like he Like, he's smart, but also dumb. We're drafting here. Also have to go, and I say talk about them soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'll be here rambling. Initial sketch concept. I ramble to myself. Initial thoughts and things that I do want for this. Just energy. Just initial personality notes over here. And now I want to do something a little bit more different. Again, we're just drafting. And the first initial design is usually not the final product. And that face was a little bit too buff for my liking. And not much of an eye shape going on. I do like the idea of big eyebrows, though. I don't want them to look too thick. I just want them to look thicker than actual character designs in the game. And he should be expressive. Expressive little guy. Well, I'm not gonna make him very short. He's probably gonna be more in the middle. I made Kalia like very tall, so this guy's not gonna be tall. He's gonna be average in height. Got an average-sized individual here. Yes, he is. But the question is hair. For now, it's going to be almost Appel-like. For now, but like, I do like the idea that it's just like bangs being pushed up out of the way. I'm just not very good at drawing that kind of hairstyle. Because I think it looks funky when I do it sometimes, but like... I kinda like it when like anime characters have the little... like their bangs are pushed out of their face. With like hair clips when they usually don't have their hair pushed out of their face. So that could also work, especially because if we're putting this guy in Ignihide, the Ignihide uniform is gonna kind of take away a little bit of what makes this character come from Treasure Planet. I'm just saying my thoughts out loud right now. Also, I don't like that facial expression. He needs to look more not there. I think that's better. Again, this is just the ideas. If anything, I will finalize him off stream. It will be a lovely addition. I kind of want to stray away from stuff that I usually do. Just like designs and stuff. So having like much shorter hair is something that's gonna be a struggle. Yeah. I might have made his forehead big, but this is a stitch. I don't know what's going on up in here, but that's fine. Nothing here is solid yet. But I do know I want to give him the goggles. But that's going to be more like for dorm uniform look. Because like I don't want his hair to look like a whatever was going on here. And now for more of the whatever's going on here. We'll just do dorm uniform. I can't remember what the Ignihide dorm uniform looks like. I don't know exactly what kind of eye shape I want to do. I feel like a big looking round eye shape would work. And just an expression that makes you wonder if he is okay. Had way too much caffeine. It does him no good, but He continues to drink it anyway. Get some fancy goggles. I do also like the idea of the goggles actually having eyebrows. First time chatting the stream, yippee! Hello and welcome! Modern Icarus. Today I am doing something that I don't usually do, which is design a character live. I hope you enjoy the ramblings of my thought process. How you doing? Hello. Why, thank you. Sophie, the zombie. I will say I usually am. If you also have an obsession with the game Twisted Wonderland, you're in the right place. Because I don't shut up about it. Your VTuber model looks so cool. Oh, thank you. I drew it myself. And rigged it. It's, you can do this. But, the mouth rigging is kinda eh. I love Twisted Wonderland! Yay! You're in the right place! Because today I'm designing a Twisted Wonderland OC based off of Treasure Planet. Yeah, it did. Making the model was hard. And it's even more impressive when you do it with the free version where it doesn't give you a lot of options. Who's your favorite character? From Treasure Planet, it is Jim, but I've restrained myself. But then from Twisted Wonderland, I have them on top of my head. In case you're wondering, they are on top of my head. I actually have like 5 of my favorite characters from Twisted Wonderland. Ortho is usually at the top, which is why he is on top of my head. Ortho for the win. Yeah, you'll come to realize on this channel we spread Ortho propaganda here. He is best boy. I can't choose between Azul and Riddle. Riddle's also one of my favorites. I love him. I love Riddle. He's my boy. He's my first favorite character. He's what pulled me into this game. And Vil. Vil's pretty. I love Vil too. And Lilia. And those are my top 5 favorite characters. Although I do like Azul. He grows on me, and Ida. Azul can catch these hands. I do like Azul a bit, but like not as much. I think Ida's grown on me the longer I've been into this game. The more I'm like, yes, I can see the appeal in Ida. Even though he is to me for real. That last event was just like, it gave me so many memories. Like, yeah, that Ida's me when I had to work fast food. He me. I'm just hiding in the back. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out there and deal with people. They scare me. The people scare me. No, I kind of like whatever I'm doing right here. Have you heard Ida's song yet? Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. It's a little, it's very Ida, that's for sure. He is to me for real. Who I started playing the game for, Vil. Who I ended up staying for, Riddle and Vil. That is such a mood. Like, I started for Riddle, and then Vil and Ortho kind of took over. End of hell. And Lilia, the more I saw Lilia, the more I'm like, I love this gremlin. He's so chronically online. He really is. And I think it's funny because I think the voice actor isn't very familiar with like whatever terms that Ida uses. So apparently his scripts have a lot of notes on it. But like all the scripts have notes on it in general from Yana herself, apparently. So I played for Ortho and stayed for Ortho. Ayy. He is best boy. I feel like I didn't really play for Ortho at first because we didn't really see much of him in the beginning, but like the more he showed up in like events or Ida's or any of the character stories, the more I'm like, I like him. And then by the time you get to the Ignihide chapter, I'm like, I really like Ortho now. Ortho, my beloved. He won me over. I'm a sucker for tragedy. Thinking, do I want open jacket or closed jacket? I'm still kind of new to Twisted Wonderland, but everyone in the community seems so nice. I feel like you could say that about everything. I usually do keep to myself though, so like I don't know. We can be very nice. There's just a few bad eggs, like in every fandom. Yes, yes. I live by the rule of keeping to myself when I see stuff I don't like, so... I have my opinions! But I am here to vibe. And have fun. And think of silly thoughts. Wish everyone followed that rule. Yeah. I'm just so excited to get into the later books right now. I'm only on the 4th one. Ooh. I did like that one. That one's fun. Something. I've been playing this game since it released in Japan, so I don't want to accidentally spoil it if you're not that far caught up. I'll keep my spoiler talk to a minimum right now. Especially about Ortho, because like I feel like a lot of the good stuff that comes from Ortho is definitely in the Ignahide chapter. I'm still on the 5th one because playing the game can be so boring at times. I don't usually feel that way about it though. But then again, I have been keeping up with it since the Japanese release, so I don't really get that. I'm very invested in the characters and the lore going on in here. I'm so close to the 5th book. I'm so excited to get there. It is a good one. I still remember when the 6th book of 5th officially dropped. That happened because like that chapter in Japan released during like the lockdown times. So like the chapter was kind of rushed out there with no voice acting for a good while until like the 2nd part of the update. I also have bad internet, so I can't play it often enough. Ooh, yeah. I used to play the game on an old phone that was like out of service for like who knows how long. So like every time the game would update, it would lag horribly. And it got worse and worse until my phone just decided to stop living anymore. It gave up. I'm watching this while playing Twisted Wonderland right now. I do that sometimes too. Although since I'm like caught up on like the current events right now for the game, I just have my phone off. But like sometimes I will have it playing in the background. They do their little studying in the background. While I doodle, while I stream. I wish there was an offline option. It sucks that a lot of games are online only. Yeah, that is a bummer, and it also sucks that it is a mobile game. So like when it's gone, it'll be lost to time, and that makes me sad. But it makes me want like some sort of actual, fully realized RPG style game for it. That's just me being hopeful and stuff. Cause like it would be so cool. So I can see this working in a sort of Persona-esque style, well, Persona 5-esque style, Fire Emblem Three Houses style kind of RPG. Like it can work for that. Cause I don't want this game to be lost to time when it's done and over with. Do you have a least favorite character? Not really. Well, no, that's a lie. My least favorite character is Vargas. But that's because he reminds me of like every PE teacher I've ever had. And I just don't like it. I don't like that. It bothers me. Which is funny because I feel like I've also had a lot of teachers like Tren. But I don't dislike Tren. And dislike Vargas. A comical amount. My least favorite characters are the Leech Twins. Ooh. That's kind of rare to see. They're like the most popular characters. Actually, all of Octavianal is the most popular for like both servers. Although I think on the English side, a lot of people like Malleus more. That is a rare sight to see. But you do you. Too much feet for my liking. That's an interesting reason to not like them, but okay. That's a hot take. We respect different opinions here. Again, I have a really stupidly petty reason to dislike Vargas, so I respect that. No, I'm not giving him big gloves. I'm not giving this guy big gloves. I want his hands to look bony and cursed. Also, this isn't the first Twisted Wonderland OC I've designed. I have a few other ones. But they weren't based off of like Treasure Planet or anything, so. From the English side of the community, I really like Azul. There is something fun about Azul. He's not my top favorite character of all time, but like I understand the appeal. Also, Rook isn't one of my top favorite characters, but I do like him because he's such an enigma. I like that about him. This goofy man of mysterious origin. The more you learn about him, the more questions you have. I'm trying to remember how a hand works. I'm also just petty because I don't like seeing Floyd with Ortho. Honestly, I vibe with Ortho hanging out with almost every character, to be honest. Ortho works off of everybody so well. He's so the opposite of Ida. I love that. I kind of like what I have going on here. He's looking, his brain's looking fried. I like that. Also, oh wait, it's just repeating. I had an idea for a Treasure Planet TWST OC, but I never went through with it. Oh. I had one for a Yzma one, but then I'm like, I don't feel like committing to this one. But that was like a while ago. Mainly because I've seen a few others, and I'm just like, I don't want to do it. That's why one of the first TWST OCs that I made was based off of Ka, because I didn't really see many for him, and I'm just like, I'm gonna commit. Wait, OMG, it's based on the robot, that's so cute. I don't know, besides Jim, Ben was like one of my favorite characters in the movie, even though he's like that kind of annoying-ish comic relief character. I think the only saving grace is that he shows up toward the end, so you're not bombarded with him being insane. Hey, question. Do you ship yourself with any character in Twisted Wonderland? Kind of new to your channel, so I haven't seen anything if you do. I mean, I have a U character that I kind of have interact with a lot of my favorites. I have a U... In terms of, like, shipping with the characters, it's usually with the U character. Again, I have, like, 5 favorite characters. There's a comically large foot. I need to fix that. Big athlete. You know, it doesn't help that the Ignahide shoes are humongous. They look like something out of Kingdom Hearts, and honestly, I live for it. I live for the chunky shoe designs. Why do I keep making his foot look huge? Now it looks better, proportionate. The shoes are so funky. Like, they're supposed to be sneakers, but they kind of look like boots. I'm not putting much detail into it right now, because this is just general stature. I want him to look like he is made of bones. And, like, there's no thoughts going on inside that head. In general... Let me just put these. If anything, I'll probably finalize this later. Like, I probably won't continue the actual stream for designing this. But I'll probably draw him again. I'm getting attached. I'm multitasking right now. I'm playing Twisted Wonderland, watching your live, and trying to think if I should make a Twisted Wonderland OC. I say go for it. I encourage the creativity. I'm gonna do a silly pose right now. I want it to look a little silly. A flair for the dramatics. Okay, will do. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for liking things. Wait, I have a brilliant idea real quick. I found an image, but it's a GIF. But I need it to be an image. Let me cook real quick. Oh, I didn't want to save right. This is a better image. No. I hate WebP files. All my homies hate WebP files. Just save as a GIF, why don't you? Well, that idea's out the window. I'm sad now. I'm sad. WebP, my enemy. It really is. I don't like it. I'm doing something a little fun here. I have the image off to the side. A funny little pose because I feel like that'll help solidify the type of character this is. He not all there. So dramatic. Oh, the humanity. I don't like how this is looking. It's just a silly little fella, indeed. Speaking of a silly little fella, my other TWST OC, he's a silly little guy. He's a silly little guy. Just don't mind the fact that he's gonna break into your fridge at 3 AM and steal all the food. He's just a silly little guy. Joke's on him, I don't have any food in my fridge. That won't stop him. Wait, let me actually pull up what he looks like. I mean, I did draw him last stream, like, literally, because, like, I was drawing an overbought version of him, but, like, that's not really what he looks like. At least on most days. Most days he's not having a mental breakdown. Please don't eat my fridge. He might. Yeah, context, this is him. He tall, he big snake. Yeah. And you can find him in the weirdest of places as well. I need to redraw that because that's kind of like a couple years old, but yeah. Gee, what a fella. Indeed. He's also very tall. I mean, he's not like Tweel or Malleus tall, but he's up there. Why, thank you. I do seem really cool. For someone who rarely ever goes outside. What happened to that image? Okay. Such a dramatic creature. My only Twist OC that matters to me is the Shroud Boy I made, because I wanted to give Ortho a little brother. Interesting. He is already the little brother and he's with another. That's cute. I'm gonna make this one look more like a dorm uniform design. I already have a fun idea for some colors. They're twins technically, but Ortho was the older one, if he wasn't dead. Ooh. Wait, I need to remember. I need to remember how far ahead you are. I don't want to accidentally say something. But I will just say chapter 6 is such a ride. Hey, quick question. Is a little random question. Do you hate Riddle's mother? In the sense that, as a character, yes. Like if you're meant to hate her, they do a good job of making you not like her. I'm grabbing Riddle's mother by the throat. Understandable. I will not stop. Okay, good, because I do too. I mean, I don't hate the character in the sense that I don't think she should be in the story, but, like, I hate the character in the sense that it makes sense that she's in this story. If that made any sense. It's like one of those characters where it's like, you're meant to not like them. Like, I do kind of want to know what she looks like, because I still think she looks like Madame Red from Black Butler. You know, like, if the design ain't broke, why leave such a design trapped in the past for a dead character? You know? I do not think she should be a mother. Well, she ended up being one, and now we have Riddle. And Riddle doesn't have to repeat the mistakes. Riddle can grow as a person. This is such a silly pose. It looks so funny. I need to fix it, but like I wanna keep this. It just needs some refinement, and I made his head a bit too big. His head too big. The only good thing that came out of Riddle's mother was Riddle. Speaking of someone who literally loves a riddle, it's my favorite character, I think. Yep. I think I made the arm a little too skinny, and so it's throwing me off. Riddle, Bobby. Guess what? I exist. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. Why did I not catch the first message? I feel sad. But welcome back, Kate. I did the thing. We made a character based off of Treasure Planet, and it's Ben. Because he's goofy. He's one of my favorite characters in the movie besides Jim. What? Yes. Yes. I mean, these are just the drafts. But we'll get there eventually, and I'll probably share that final thing days later, because I might work off of this. I'll elaborate more on this off stream. But for now, we're thinking about the character. We're concepting. But honestly, he's such a dramatic character. I feel like it works so well to make a character based off of him. Anyways, I'm at my aunt's house, so I gotta go ahead. Bye! Bye-bye! Thanks for dropping by. That drawing is slang. It's such a rook pose. It do give off rook energy, but I feel like it's more on the insane side. The erratic side. And I already have a fun idea for some colors. It's just I want to solidify what kind of head shape he needs. And like I do want his eyebrows to be relatively thick. Well, technically Rook is insane. I think he's just odd. He's odd and smart in a scary way. It's a good thing that he's a generally nice person, otherwise I'd be terrified of him. Well, Twist is a little insane, just different flavors. Exactly. There's something wrong with everybody. Even the relatively good characters like Silver, there's just something off about everyone. Silver's just hopelessly naive, in a sense. And Jack is very stubborn. Rook is Rook. That's why I love it. Yep. There's something off with everybody. Like Vil and his tendency for murder. Or at least, yeah. More like his surprisingly violent reactions. I forgot what event it was where he was like, why don't we just kill him? I think that was one of the Halloween events. I think Vil and Leona were like, why don't we just kill this guy? And everybody's like, no. What? No. Silver's just sleepy. She's an eepy boy. Can't talk for a while, but I'm still watching it. It's fine. Sometimes I just ramble about what I'm doing. Trying to make the most adorable smile possible. He's just doing his best. We gotta kill this guy. Man. Yep. That's Phil sometimes. I think that side of him usually shows up in events, though. He's usually more, like, level-headed in the game and in most of the stories. Sometimes. Trying to avoid making his eyebrows too thick, because then it looks too cartoony and not anime boy. Although I still want him to look like he's constantly on caffeine 25/7. No thoughts behind those eyes. Nope. Well, the hard part is thinking of a unique magic. What can his unique magic be? I feel like Ka was easier to think of a unique magic for when I made my first Twisted Wonderland OC, because like he already has a weird ability in the movie, so it's like easy to translate that. I always struggle with the magic part. Indeed. But in this case, there's a bit of like a technology aspect, so I feel like there's something there. You could have something based off of technology and magic. I want his hair to look a little wiry too. It's fried beyond recognition. I do have an idea though for a possible hairstyle. I feel like it's good for him to have multiple anyway. Like I kind of like the idea that there's like a little ponytail up in here. Kind of reminiscent of all the wires in the back of his head that just are there, waiting to be reconnected to the rest of his mind. I always struggle with the magic part. Maybe he can, like, summon a compass or something, since Ben be a navigator. I do like that. We'll probably make something work with that, because I was thinking something like that, or like, I don't know. He is surprisingly smart for someone who looks like he lost it years ago. But I guess a magic kind of similar to Rook's, but not really, would probably be something to work with. Because, like, Rook's unique magic lets him, like, track anything, and it's, like, undetectable. I feel like there can be something here with navigating. I know I want his goggles to have the little compass on it. I've been streaming for quite a while, but nothing's been lagging so far. At least when it comes to, like, the actual art program I'm using. So. We good for a little while longer. I feel like this is definitely the little sketch where I can actually start messing with colors. Oh, he also needs a name. What could his name be? Kind of like the idea of his name being like Copper or something. Or Cooper, because it sounds like copper. No, I want his name to be something after a middle, I don't know why. I'll figure that out later, though. I feel like it wasn't that hard for my other TWST OC. His name is Kalia. And that just required a lot of like, what is snake in multiple different languages? I always get to, in researching a character's name, that it doesn't make any sense to anyone but me. Yeah, that happens. But at the same time, it's like, as long as there's a path of logic. Because, my character's name is Kalia Sonnet, because it sounds... Because, like, I was looking up words and stuff like that, and, you know, the first one is, like, snake or whatever. And then the second word is, like, it had something to do with, like, trust. I wrote it down somewhere. I took notes. And I kind of wanted it to be kind of like an ironic little pun of a name, where it's like, oh, yes, trustworthy snake. He is not trustworthy. He will steal your food at 3 a.m. These lashes are big. I don't want big lashes. Although the low lashes, I think would look nice. I trust him with my life as much as I trust myself with my life. Either way, food is going to be consumed. I don't want his eyebrows too big. But I definitely want them to be a nice shape. He comes off as like very expressive. This boy looks so cute so far. I want to hug him. Indeed, he is adorable. A little annoying, but he means well. That is the vibe I'm going for him. Ooh, and I was thinking, his eyes can do the thing where they'll go from like green to blue when he uses his unique magic. I like that. I like that idea that I just came up with. Cause like I knew I wanted something like that for the design because I was yapping about that earlier. Yeah, that would work. He gives me golden retriever vibes. Good, because that's what I feel like about Ben. That's my goal with character creation, to make people simp over them. Doesn't matter how, as long as you do. That's my goal. Now here comes the hard part, which is the hair. I guess Sebek is kind of a good reference for this, because I want his hair to look kind of not normal. Golden retriever that failed service animal school but still tries his best. That is perfect. That is the best way to describe him now. He's doing his best, but his best is kind of causing a problem. But that's okay. I kind of do want to get a little fancy with the eyes. He's got them goggles that make you that can zoom in on things. And because I'm a little lazy, I'm just gonna do this. Stick that there. Smarter, not harder. What color hair were you thinking of giving him? I'm back to speaking. I'm almost done with my character. Yay! And the colors I was thinking of giving him, because like I was zooming in on some of the images for Ben, and like I was thinking of like a greenish copper color. It'll make sense when I actually kind of color it, because like I want it to be a little bit more dramatic compared to the actual design. A rusty metal color. I want there to be like a strap on here or something. You can give him like red and blue streaks to mimic the wires. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, with the little ponytail thing up in the back. I think that's where you notice the colors more. I want his hair to be funky. Although with the actual goggles, I do want it to look more like the bangs are pushed up when the goggles are on top of the head. But for now, this is just for colors. I don't know what I'm doing here. I bet he'd be friends with Lil. Oh, this poor boy. He'd have the most over-the-top dramatic reactions to Lily just popping up out of nowhere. I feel like the hair gives off crunchy. This hair to look crunchy. That probably sounds kind of bad. You know, I kind of like the fact that one of his eyes looks a little bit more open than the other one because I feel like it just works. He a little not all there. And that is the vibe. I'm messing with colors. I know I said this already, but that's Slane, indeed. He was forced to eat live wires as a kid. he do give off that vibe. And that's perfect. He's smart, but he not people smart. But when he locks in, he locks in. For GB here. It'll be refined later. Want something like glossy at the ends of his hair. I swear my OC looks horrible in comparison. Oh no. Don't say that. You just gotta go through a few more passes. I believe in you. Why is only part of his hair dyed bright colors? He just did that. There's no rhyme or reason. Or no, he just felt like it. He couldn't decide what color, so he just put all of them on the ends of his hair. You shouldn't compare anyone's stuff. Can look worse if compared to someone else's. Yeah, exactly. And also, the first draft isn't always going to be the prettiest. Let me just look at that. That looks nothing like what we have right now. It takes time to get better, and you shouldn't compare to other people's progress. I just realized how much my OC looks like a girl. It's supposed to be non-binary. Ah. Interesting. The first steps to make it. You can make it better later. Exactly. It's like that meme going around. Just has to exist. You can make it better later. Or as North of the Border says, it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be good enough. That's one of my favorite, like, crafting channels. It's so unhinged. Like, if you want to see somebody sculpt a T-Rex with flamethrowers, that's the channel. It was funny. Though after I get this colored, I will end stream. Because I usually don't go on for too long, otherwise I worry about the sanity of my laptop's batteries. What dorm is your OC from? We're putting this lad in Ignahide. I feel like Ignahide suits him best. Maybe by, like, next week, a full illustration will be done with him. When I've worked out, refined. Because right now we have a good concept going on. He's just a little guy. Not really. I put him in, like, the middle of, like, the height chart, honestly. He's not gonna be too tall, and he's not gonna be too short. Besides, Kalea is already tall. Or Rita. Modern. You should draw on a notepad or something, that's what I'm doing. I like the idea of just people drawing along with me. It's fun. I used to do that a lot with some of my friends. I like swapping notebooks and drawing in each other's notebooks. That was fun. And hey, if you like a character I've drawn, feel free to draw them and tag me. I want to see. I think it's fun. I want to be surprised. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I'll probably add the colors of wires to the front of his bangs as well. Because, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I like the idea that, like, the top layer kind of his head has the colorful hair, and, like, the undercut layer has, like, the mossy brown look going on. Still also kind of like the idea that he's working on his own little, like, robot. But in comparison to something like Ortho, whatever he's making is just not functioning properly. He's constantly trying to fix it. I'm drawing as a puppy. My OC looks like a girl, so I'm just gonna make them part of Pomfiore. Ooh. They can be friends with a pal and complain about looking like girls with each other. This lad still does need a name, though. I'll probably look at other, like, names for, like, metals and stuff, because I kind of want his name to be something after a metal. A mineral, if you will. Probably freaked out so hard when first meeting Ortho. He's like, can I please see your blueprints? And Nina's like, no. That is government information, you're not getting it. It's too personal, you know? I feel like his little robot thing has a very specific purpose of being like a navigation guide, and it just doesn't function properly. It's like it's supposed to help you find things. No matter the internet connection. I don't know. The world's most advanced GPS or something. But it is not working. I hate it when someone asks to see what's on his drives. I would say something, but I fear that might be spoilers, and I don't want to spoil anything by accident, because that just made me think of something. Oh, I know I've said this one too many times, but it's so true. This is amazing. I already spoiled myself, but I'm keeping quiet for the sake of everyone else. I just want to make sure we're all on the same level when it comes to, like, spoilers, just in case, because, like, some things, you know, happen. Well, for the most part, usually, people who stop by here are usually caught up. Which is why I'm like kind of resisting the urge to say too much if you still haven't finished book 5 or book 4. I don't really mind spoilers. Okay, well, somebody does look at Ida's computer drives. And when he finds out, he is mortified. And Ortho's kind of like, well, sorry. It was an emergency situation. And it's not Ortho who looked at the drives. Although honestly, I feel like Ortho's constantly looking in things, even though he shouldn't be. I'm happy. Somebody has peeked at Ida's personal computer. But I'll save who looked in there, because I think it's honestly very funny. Poor Ida, someone found the not safe for work folder. Somebody found the whole work folder, oh no! They found his special games. I'm joking, but that's funny to think about. I feel like a lot of people were making those jokes when that happened. The brightest surface screen eyes you've ever seen. The group chat got leaked. Oh. I'm going all in with these eyes right now. I like doing eyes. Suggestion, what if he had heterochronia? One blue and one green. You know, I like it. But I was also thinking that when his magic activates, his eyes switch colors. But I'll probably mess around with that. Maybe. But I do like that idea. This should be more yellow. Oh yeah, that's the code. And goggles also do the same thing. Now I'm gonna give him the Ignite jacket color. Might mess around with what skin tone to give him too. Although I feel like he's kind of like the other end of someone who doesn't go outside often. Whereas Ida's more like antisocial or whatever, he's kind of a little nutty. But still tries to socialize even though he spends hours working on whatever he's working on and then forgets to socialize or interact with people every so often. Like me! type of person who gets so invested in whatever they're doing that they'll spend hours not noticing how jank their bones are. I'm making my OC a yandere? Is that what that's supposed to say? Yandere? That's fun. Hey. I've made a character like that before. For other things, not like fan characters or anything. It's fun to mess around with characters like that too. But this guy right here is the failed golden retriever service dog type of personality going on. Sorry, I'm not that good at spelling. You know, me neither. It runs in the family where I forget how words. He retrieves just not what you wanted. Indeed. I might mess around with some options. I kind of want to exaggerate some bags under his eyes a little bit more. Although the Ignihide makeup probably covers most of it. Since there's not much going on there. I'm really so invested in this guy and he doesn't even have a name. They've never given me a name. 15 years and I still don't have a name. If you knew what that was, I love you. I will make any excuse to make that kind of a reference. I want to give a brown undershirt though. I have a couple name suggestions. Here they are. Kazi, Aurea, and Yuri. Interesting. Interesting choices. I feel like most of the naming stuff is probably going to be me researching stuff offline. I don't want to put a lot of thought into it. But in the end, it's up to you. Indeed. Like, I kind of want to give him a more elaborate sounding name. And then have everybody call him some nickname, kind of like Chenya. Or like, he has some extravagant name, but then it's like, just call me Chenya. And there we go! A draft of the boy. So far yet unnamed. We'll come up with stuff later. But yes, that was a fun time. A very fun time. I will release some images later. But we have created a boy. We have created a lad. Tuesday I might actually do like a character illustration. I'm tagging you in my Twisted Wonderland OC. Ooh, where? Do you have a Discord, by the way? I don't have a Discord. Don't have a Discord server. But I use Tumblr and like Twitter a lot. On my posts section in YouTube, I do have links to those. Because I finished a drawing yesterday. But also tagging on YouTube can work as well. Yeah, I don't really feel like making like a Discord server or anything. I feel like that's too much work. I mean, I use it, but like I just use it for like actual personal friends and stuff like that. But yes, there are places to find me. I'm tagging you on YouTube because I don't know what else to tag you on. I can pull up. I can just pull up an image real quick. Just it is Discord is a headache. Yeah. Those are the usernames. The top one is the Twitter, the bottom one is the Tumblr, where I actually post art and stuff. Those are like the only two sites that I actively post art on because they work the best for me. Especially Tumblr because I sometimes don't really like talking to people. True, Discord is a headache. I know because I have a server. Yeah. I'm more just for the group chat with my friends, and we just hang out. That's about all I ever use it for, so. Other than that is, yeah, I don't have no server. But it's like one of those things where it's like, if I actually do become a better VTuber, it might happen, but at this point I'm like, nah, I don't want to deal with it. I used a mod for a YouTuber's Discord, and it was hell. I bet. But yeah, those are the places to find me. And I usually stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays around afternoon EST, so in case you want to drop by again next Tuesday, or we'll have an actual finished drawing. I might do I might actually give him like the same template as Kalia um with the dorm info and all that when we have that when I have that all settled, so that's something to look forward to. And for now, bye-bye. Have a nice weekend. It was nice to be able to catch a stream for once. Yay! Oh, thank you. I don't know why it didn't go off. It should have. But thank you. Until next time. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.